Something is glowing inside the fish tank. Wait, is that?
Oh no!
These are the most dangerous sea monsters in the world, and today we're bringing them straight into my house. We'll construct new tanks, learn something new, and hopefully no one gets eaten, because trust me, these monsters can definitely bite. I've been waiting for these for a while. 5 crates, refrigerated, shipped from a closed aquarium. Their entire collection sold off as surplus when they shut down. The listing said, assorted marine life, condition unknown. I won the lot without seeing a single photo of what was actually inside. I've been reading the warning labels for the last 20 minutes, and I have a few theories. All of them concern me. The label in this crate is a bit scratched. Do not expose to bright light. Okay, sounds cool. There, on the bottom of the tank. This is an anglerfish. And before you ask, no, not the deep sea version. That one lives between 1,000 and 4,000 meters down and cannot survive at surface pressure. This is same family, same hunting system, same lure. Close enough. That filament extending from its head is a modified dorsal spine, and the light at the tip is produced by a colony of bioluminescent bacteria the fish cultivates inside the lure tissue. It farms those organisms specifically to attract prey. When something moves toward the light, the strike happens in 6 milliseconds. Its mouth expands to take in prey up to twice its own body size. It walks across the bottom on modified pectoral fins and almost never swims. The deep sea version does something else entirely. The male reaches 1 to 3 centimeters. When he finds a female, he bites into her side and fuses permanently. His eyes dissolve. His organs dissolve. He becomes a permanently attached reproductive organ. A single female can carry up to 8 fused males at once. That is a documented biological process. We have the shallow water cousin. The biology is the same. The depth is the only difference. Let's check the shipping info on this crate. Wow, high velocity. Let's remove the lid and see what's inside. Gotta be careful now. Whoa, it's a giant houndfish, largest in the needlefish family, up to 150 centimeters. That beak, both jaws fully lined with sharp teeth, the whole length of it. Its entire body is essentially a projectile. It can launch itself completely out of the water at over 50 kilometers an hour. It does this to escape, to travel, and when it detects artificial light at night, it goes toward the source, reflexively. Not an attack, just a response. In several Pacific Island communities, it's feared more than sharks. Not through aggression, through high-speed collision. The wound is a stab, narrow, deep. From the beak moving at that speed, it's gone through people. We'll put together a big tank for this one, filled to the rim, elongated shape, almost no bottom decoration. This fish never goes near the floor. Floating vegetation along the edges as a visual boundary marker reduces the risk of it launching into the glass when startled. Center surface left completely clear. Heavy airtight lid, no gaps. No artificial light near the tank surface. Hopefully, it doesn't break through. Whoa, this aquarium is pretty old and dirty. There it is. It's a dragon moray eel, up to 92 centimeters, no scales anywhere on its body, covered instead in a layer of mucus that makes it almost impossible to grip. That orange, brown, and white pattern with the red striping across the face, that's not for camouflage, that's a warning. See those 4 tubes coming off its face? The ones that look like horns? Those are its nostrils, extended nasal tubes that track prey by scent through the water in complete darkness. It doesn't need to see you to find you. And that jaw, it never fully closes. Those curved fangs are always exposed. That's just resting position. Behind that jaw is a second internal jaw, a pharyngeal jaw that fires forward independently to drag prey back into the throat. 2 jaws, both working at the same time. When it catches something large, it rotates its entire body to tear it apart. And if that's not enough, it ties itself into a knot and uses the leverage to pull harder. I've set up a new tank for it. Volcanic rock stacked into deep tunnels on both sides, dark sand on the floor, blue-toned lighting kept low. It needs a crevice it can fully disappear into during the day. At night, it comes out to hunt the open water in the center. Look at the label. Hemiciliidae, ambulatory species. Let's open it up. This aquarium is a bit dirty. Look at it. Epaulette shark, up to 1 meter. Those 2 large black spots ringed in white, one behind each pectoral fin, those are the epaulettes the name comes from. Larger predators mistake them for eyes, which makes the shark look much bigger than it is from behind. It uses its pectoral and pelvic fins as limbs, not for propulsion, for walking across the reef floor, between tide pools, and when it needs to, directly across dry rock exposed by the tide, out of water, moving between pools that no other predator can reach or survive in. It hunts in complete isolation from everything else. It can survive up to 2 hours in complete anoxia, 0 oxygen. It reduces blood flow, shuts down non-essential brain regions, and keeps moving. Tolerates environments with less than 5% oxygen without losing behavioral function. The tide pool empties. The oxygen drops. Everything else dies or leaves. The epaulette shark is still hunting. It eats polychaete worms, crabs, shrimp, and small fish. Hard-shelled prey gets crushed. We need pay extra attention when building a tank for this one. We'll use poured polycarbonate sheets to construct a new tank. We'll put fine white sand deep enough for it to press its underside against without irritation, rock formations at multiple heights to create real elevation changes that encourage walking between levels, staghorn coral anchored to the rocks, open swimming space above, and a heavy sealed lid across the full surface. No gaps anywhere. Okay, let's transfer it inside. Why did I even bother? It walked straight across the tank. Didn't even swim once. Tanks, all finished, all running, all occupied. I gotta get some sleep now. Wait, did I forget to turn off the light above the needlefish tank? It's breaking through! Whoa, I gotta move back! These are 1,000 fire ants, and I want to know if they're actually as unstoppable as everyone says. So I built them a 3-zone obstacle course with the deadliest defenders I could find. 3 zones, 3 predators. An antlion that hunts through vibration in the sand. A centipede faster than anything this size has any right to be. And something in zone 3 that I'll let the footage explain better than I can. One path through all 3. Prize waiting at the far end. The colony doesn't know any of this yet. Let's find out if they make it. Caps off. The colony splits immediately. No signal I can see, just 2 groups. Most head straight across the sand island toward the center, where the antlion pits are. A smaller group breaks off toward the water moat around the edge instead. First, the sand group. This is what's waiting under there. An antlion larva, completely blind, hunting through vibration alone. The pit's slope is built at the exact angle the sand can hold before it gives way. The first ants step onto the sand and it slides immediately. A few go straight into the pit. The antlion throws more sand to keep them sliding down. Alarm pheromone spreads through the group at the edge. Meanwhile, the ants that broke off toward the moat are already at the water. Before we go back to them, watch this. We ran this test previously, same species and a bit of water in Petrie's dish. The second they touch water, they form a raft. Hydrophobic exoskeletons trap air between their bodies. It floats, it self-heals, it can hold for days. Back in Terrarium 1, the moat group reaches the edge, hesitates, then commits. The raft forms exactly the way it did in the test. It crosses the water, the column reaches the exit tube on the far side. Second zone, open ground, rocks, shadow. Somewhere in here is a centipede up to 30 centimeters, and I genuinely cannot see it right now. The ants move in. It activates. At full speed, it's untrackable. Those aren't fangs, they're forcipules wired straight into venom glands. Centipedes loves lizards. It eats them for lunch. And not only that, it can snatch bats out of the air mid-flight. It just struck the column. Ants scatter. It strikes again. The speed gap is enormous. This looks over already. Then something looks wrong. Wait, it can't grab them. The forcipules are built to close around something with real mass. These ants are too small and too fast. By the time the strike lands, they're already gone. It keeps moving, keeps striking, but they're advancing from every direction at once, and there's no single front it can defend. And then it just stops, retreats to the wall. Not dramatic, it just decides this isn't worth it anymore. The ants don't chase. The column reforms on the trail and crosses to the exit. Third zone, built differently from the first two. I'm not telling you how yet. Bare floor, soil, a few scattered leaves. Center of it all, a bombardier beetle. 5 to 18 millimeters, black and orange body. This beetle stores two chemicals separately inside its body and mixes them on demand, firing the result at 100 degrees, hundreds of pulses a second, from a tip that rotates almost all the way around. It doesn't kill on contact. It burns and disorients. And unlike the centipede, this one does not run. The first wave of ants approaches, and immediately they are hit with an acid spray. Look, they are recoiling and falling back. A second wave advances, same result. A third wave. There's almost no cover anywhere on the floor. They press against the walls, retreat, regroup, advance again. The beetle holds the center every single time. I don't see how they get through this one. Then I notice one ant on the wall, not heading toward the beetle at all, just climbing the vertical acrylic. Higher. Now she's at the ceiling, upside down. More ants find the same path she left behind. The column on the ceiling grows, while the column on the floor keeps the beetle fully occupied below. She found it. The whole terrarium is acrylic, and apparently that doesn't stop them at all. The ceiling column reaches the point directly above the beetle, which is still completely focused on the floor. The first ant drops. She lands on its back, outside the full range the spray tip can reach. More follow her down. The beetle rotates and fires, but the ankle is wrong. It can't reach its own back. And while it's caught dealing with both sides at once, the floor column finally pushes through. I don't know what happened to the first ant that dropped. I couldn't track her after that, but the rest of the column reaches the exit tube. They made it! 3 zones, 3 completely different problems, and they never solved any of them the same way. The water needed numbers and a structure no single ant could build alone. The centipede needed something it simply couldn't outstrike. And the beetle needed someone to stop looking forward and look up instead. These ants did precisely that, and made it home. Look, there's a trail on the ground. The trail is illuminated by the UV light. I wonder where it will take me. Something is shining under that rock. What is that? It's moving! Back off! I flipped 100 rocks in the Amazon rainforest looking for some crazy animals. But what I've actually found was mind-blowing. This is one of the most biodiverse patches of land on the planet, and I genuinely have no idea what's under any of these. Some will be incredible, some will be dangerous. And at least one is going to make me regret this. Let's go! We are still at the edge of the rainforest, but take a look at this. Already something I was not expecting. What looks like a solid rock is actually a Nasutydermes carton nest. Built from chewed wood, soil, and excrement packed so tightly it hardens like stone. Let's see what's underneath. Wow, look at this termite colony. Up to 1 million individuals inside. Every single one of them completely blind. They have never seen light in their lives. The white shapes moving at high speed are eggs being relocated away from the light right now. See the larger ones holding position at the edges? Those are soldiers. They cannot feed themselves. Their mandibles are too large to eat. The workers have to put food directly into their mouths. A little further up the trail and we've got something genuinely unsettling. Let's bring the camera closer to the ground. It's right under this old soda bottle. Let's flip it over. Look, this is an amblypygy, not a spider, not a scorpion, its own separate arachnid order with 300 million years of evolutionary history. Those enormous appendages extending in both directions are not legs. They are sensory organs covered in chemoreceptors that can reach 25 centimeters on an adult. No venom, no stinger. Looks like your worst nightmare, but cannot hurt you at all. The body is flattened specifically to fit under rocks, exactly like this one. And then there is this. Look how it's walking over the leaves. This is what I've been looking for since I got here. Bullet ant. It's the only insect rated 4.0 on the Schmidt Sting Pain Index, the official scientific scale of insect sting pain maximum possible score. Schmidt describes the sting as pure, intense, brilliant pain, like walking over flaming charcoal with a 3-inch nail in your heel. Pain lasts 12 to 24 hours. Hear that dry rasping sound right now? That is the pre-attack warning signal. I'm backing up. Now we go deeper, following the river. Rocks here are bigger, damper, different animals underneath. Look at this one. It's a black rock, probably volcanic. Let's see if there's anything fiery underneath. Wow, incredible! A wolf spider! Look at her back. That white round sac attached to her abdomen is her egg sac, and she carries it everywhere. While hunting, while running, always. I'm moving it slightly with this stick, watch. She follows it immediately. She will not leave it under any circumstances and cannot tell the difference between her own eggs and the eggs of a completely different species. The attachment is unconditional, regardless of what is inside. Next rock, and now I need everyone to stay calm. Guinness World Records 2007, most venomous spider in the world. Brazilian wandering spider, Phonutria. It means murderous in Greek. See the threat display? Rear 4 legs on the ground, front 4 raised, red chelicerae exposed. That posture means it has seen me and it is deciding. 4,000 envenomation accidents per year in Brazil. I'm not moving toward it. It's lowering its legs. I'm stepping back. Further along the riverbank, and we've got this. Scolopendra gigantea, largest centipede in the world. It grows up to 30 centimeters. I'm holding it next to my forearm so that number makes sense. Those are not fangs at the front. They are modified legs called forcipules that inject venom strong enough to immobilize small mammals. This centipede hunts bats by hanging from cave ceilings and catching them mid-flight. And that rock just over here, those are abandoned eggs. The female wraps her body around them for weeks, cleaning each one individually. If anything disturbs her, she leaves permanently. Something disturbed this one. Last one before we leave the river. I'm picking this rock up because I need to show you something. Red touches yellow, kills a fellow. Nice rhyme, right? But look at the bands on this coral snake. The rule works here. Let me pull a photo from the backpack. This diagram shows Micrurus mypartidus. Same genus, same neurotoxic venom. No yellow anywhere. Red touching black directly. The rule does not apply. Both snakes are lethal. The rule was never a rule. I'm out of here. It's night now. Flashlight, UV torch, completely different ecosystem. Most of what lives here only comes out in the dark. Something is moving over there. You can see the tail wiggling right under the rock. That tail, a vinegaroon. Its own arachnid order, no venom, but a gland at the base of that tail sprays 85% concentrated acetic acid directly aimed at the eyes of whatever threatens it. It's in defensive position right now. Pincers up, tail curved. It hunts scorpions. I'm moving back. If vinegaroon is here, then scorpions must be close. Let's check under this pile of rocks. Hopefully I don't get bitten. Look at this, Tidius species, responsible for most lethal envenomations in Brazil. Under regular light, brown, unremarkable. I'm switching it off. UV on. Every scorpion on Earth fluoresces under ultraviolet. The compound is embedded in the exoskeleton itself and cannot be washed off. Scientists think the entire body acts as a photoreceptor, helping the scorpion detect the exact moment UV levels drop at dusk to signal it's safe to emerge. The scorpion reads the sky through its own skin. Oh look, it's an empty milk jug. Wait, is the jug moving? Something must be underneath. Let's lift it up slowly with a stick. Whoa! We have to take a step back. That's a Brazilian salmon pink bird eater, 4th largest tarantula in the world by mass. Hand next to it for reference so you understand what 28 centimeters looks like. See the rear legs brushing the abdomen right now? That's the hair release warning. The hairs cause temporary blindness on contact with the eyes. Moving back, slowly, and I need you to know that's only the 4th largest. We haven't gotten a number 1 yet. Let's take a little break. There, we can sit under the tree. I want to show you something. I bring Guinness Book of Records everywhere with me. Let me pull it out real quick. Page 50, look at it. This is the largest spider in the world by mass. Theraphosa blondi, 170 grams, 30 centimeter leg span, body the size of a human fist, also known as Goliath bird eater, named after a single documented incident in 1705 of one eating a hummingbird. One time, 300 years of reputation. Wait, what is that sound? Something is moving under there. Damn, where is my flashlight? Guys, move back. Move the cameraman back. Oh shoot! Leave the camera! Run! Sorry for the scare there. We had to escape the rainforest. But luckily, our camera kept recording. We were able to come back the next day and get the footage. The camera was completely destroyed, but look what it filmed right before it died. That's right, the biggest spider on the planet, filmed in its natural habitat. Incredible! I cloned 3 extinct prehistoric animals and brought them back to life. Smilodon, Chickensaurus, and an actual mammoth. Scientists have been spending billions of dollars trying to figure out whether it's possible to bring extinct animals back to life. The beasts that disappeared thousands or millions of years ago. So I started thinking, what if they actually pulled it off? What would that even look like? What happens if you just raise one at home? I spent months researching everything science knows about them, but fossils only tell you so much. The rest, how they actually behave, what they actually need, nobody knows. And that's precisely what we will find out. Okay, this one is different. The scientists had to combine the chicken DNA with the genetic material of, wait for it, a dinosaur. The material was carefully extracted and injected straight into the egg yolk. The material very quickly spread through the tiny blood vessels in the fertilized egg. And then I took over. So here's what actually happened, scientifically. Basically, birds are dinosaurs. They descend directly from theropods, the same group as the T-Rex and the Velociraptor. That ancestral DNA is still inside every chicken alive today, just switched off by millions of years of evolution. Researchers at Yale and Harvard propose that some of that DNA can be switched back on. A snout instead of a beak, functional teeth, a longer tail. Nobody had ever put all 4 together in one animal, until now. I set up the incubator, adjusted the temperature, the humidity, and then just waited. Something is pushing through. This is it. Oh wow! It has a snout! Not a beak, a snout. And are those teeth? And look at that tail, longer than it should be. This is not a chicken. This is a chickenosaurus. Look at this, it pecks crumbs off the floor. The prehistoric terror pecks crumbs off the floor. And look at him go! He's using that tail for balance. Mostly unsuccessful. I tried to figure out how to register it legally. Is it a bird? Is it a reptile? Is it livestock? There is no form for this. No regulatory category exists for a chickenosaurus. But the most surprising thing of all is it actually seems friendly. Look at him. Oh, hey. Hey, where are you going? Hold on, I'm gonna follow you. Oh, the woolly mammoth. One of the biggest animals to ever walk the earth. Could it adapt to a modern environment? Let's test it out. So here's what's wild about this animal. Let's take a closer look at its DNA. The woolly mammoth shares 99.6% of it with the Asian elephant. That 0.4% contains the cold tolerance adaptations, the subcutaneous fat layer, the dense coat, the smaller ears. Everything that makes it a mammoth rather than an elephant lives in less than 1% of the sequence. The rest is already there. The rest has always been there. Getting that 0.4% right, in the right cells, at the right developmental stage, that is the part nobody has solved yet. But science is almost like magic. The embryonic development of a mammoth would follow the same fundamental sequence as any placental mammal. A zygote, cell division, implantation, the primitive streak forming the first body axis around day 14, a beating heart by day 22, limb buds by week 5, the neural tube closing, the spine establishing itself, the organs differentiating one by one in a sequence that has been conserved across mammals for hundreds of millions of years. A few months later, my new friend is here. Oh. Oh, wow. Look at the size of that thing. It has fur. How much does this weigh? 90 kilos? I did not think this through. Yeah, you're not going to fit through the door, buddy. Okay, so feeding this thing is already a full-time job. It goes through everything: grass, leaves, branches. A fully grown woolly mammoth needs between 180 and 270 kilos of vegetation per day. That is my entire garden every single morning. Hey, that's the neighbor's hedge. Come back, right now. 6 months in and the first tusks are coming through. Look. Small ivory white, already starting to curve.
He's been behaving well the past few weeks.
But something feels off today. He's agitated. He looks uncomfortable or something, don't you think? So I looked it up. Apparently there's something called must, a hormonal surge. Testosterone goes through the roof and behavior becomes completely unpredictable. No, my neighbors are going to kill me. Okay, I need a solution. Let's see, here it is. Wildlife Reserve, 2 hours away. We're going on a little trip, buddy. Come on, get in. I know, it's not comfortable. Just be patient, we're almost there. Go on, look at all that space. Goodbye, buddy. He wasn't the perfect pet, I know. Unless you hate your neighbors. Smilodon, the saber-toothed cat. But here's the problem with this one. Unlike the rest of the animals in this video, there is no usable DNA. The found fossils are mostly big bones, but nothing you can work with genetically. One possible strategy would be to take the jaguar, the living cat closest to Smilodon in body structure, and start editing its cells toward the traits we know the Smilodon had. Wider skull, shorter legs, canines that no animal alive today comes close to. Embryonic development in felids follows a documented sequence, a single fertilized cell dividing into 2, then 4, then a blastocyst, then a primitive streak marking the first axis of a body that doesn't exist yet. The heart begins beating around day 22. The spine forms, the limbs bud, all of this happening inside a cell culture, in a dish, in a lab, before any of it is anywhere near a womb. Whether the genome driving that sequence belongs to a jaguar, a modified jaguar, or something nobody has a clean name for yet, the biology of becoming is the same. A cell divides, a heart beats, and here it is, a product of a beautiful marriage between science and technology. Wet, eyes sealed shut, completely still for the first 3 seconds. Then it made a sound, small and ragged, like it wasn't sure yet if it was going to bother. Then it made it again. It should immediately be placed in an incubator, temperature controlled, with precise humidity controls. Every 2 hours, a pipette. 1 drop of milk at a time. It's the only way we can feed it. It would be hard to find a Smilodon mother around here. Okay, the box is here. I'm definitely opening this one more carefully than the others. Hey little guy, look at you. You look exactly like a jaguar cub. Which tells me absolutely nothing about whether any of this worked. 2 weeks later, and okay, I'm looking at these canines. They are already longer than they should be for its age. So yeah, it worked. Feeding has been a big problem since day one. Those teeth are not designed for chewing. They are built for one thing, a single cut through soft tissue. So everything has to be pre-cut. No bones, nothing hard. And it already seems to know this. It hasn't bitten down on anything solid once. Hey, don't do that! Come back here! A few weeks go by and I start noticing something. It paces at night and he sleeps very badly, like it's looking for something he can't find. Turns out the Smilodon didn't live alone. Some of the fossils show bones that were broken and then healed, the kind of injury you don't survive unless someone else is bringing you food. This animal was built for a pack, and this one has never had one. I need to fix this, and I know exactly what it's going to cost me. I'm going to have to get you a family, little buddy. I think they're coming. Are you excited? Are you nervous? Because I'm a little nervous. Ta-da! Look at them! That's your new pack! Hey, come on! Come back here! All of you! Hey! Oh, God. This is not going to end well. Science said it couldn't be done. My bank account agrees.